you're the one who brought us bread?
Oh. And cheese? I thought I'd never want
You're the one who brought us bread? May Eliu protect you.
And cheese? I thought I'd never want to eat a...
Oh. Yes, Rickville is famous for its cheeses.
Weren't you afraid to come this way? Everyone else is.
Not us Rickvillians. All we care about is a person's work ethic. What can you do, for example?
I'm a carpenter. Or rather, I was. Back at the Mage Factory, we had to put up scaffolding one day and craft some complicated what's-it for the mages another.
A carpenter? Can you fix a mill's wheel or blade?
Of course I can. I even brought my tools.
Do you need porters?
You bet. We always need someone to haul heavy wares around the village.
I've been thinking, how can I repay you for your help? We have nothing.
I usually expect gold for my work, but in this case, I'm happy simply to have helped.
Still, I do have an idea. I found a place not many know about. Until recently, I thought it was just a rumor. And then I found it. It's a mysterious dungeon filled with magic, treasure, artifacts, and such things.
Something tells me you haven't seen this magical hole in the ground yourself.
Well, no, I haven't actually seen it. I'm smart enough to stay away from danger. There's this spook at the entrance. Terrifying. Like a guard dog. He frightens everyone who tries to enter. But why guard an empty dungeon? There must be something valuable inside.
Point the way. Maybe there's something behind these stories.
I'll show you on the map. It's not far. Maybe there'll be some magic that'll help restore the mage factories. That'd be great. By the way, there are rumors that Bludgeon already sent his boys in there, led by a certain Lucky. Be careful.
Who's Lucky?
By reputation, he's a notorious burglar. Bludgeon would send him off at night to rob people's homes.
How come you know this if you're not a local?
Well, the locals told me. He wasn't a good person. And then supposedly, he met his end in those dungeons.
The provisions issue has been resolved. Mercia's brother, Garrick, has promised to give you both work and bread.
It's time for me to go. There's no reason for me to stay here anymore.
Hold up a tick, friend. We had a deal. You're supposed to tell me what happened on that fateful night at the Mage Factory.
Yes, I must tell you. It's just that my missus... But what do you care about her, right? Let's get straight to the meat of the matter. I'll tell you everything I saw myself and heard from others. But don't get your hopes up. I don't know who made it happen, nor why. Still, I can tell you about one of the culprits. Listen. The guards often let outsiders in for a fee. There were visitors that night, too. Ulagi knows what they were doing there, but it seems there was some kind of explosion. The way to the main gate was blocked. We were attacked by, I don't know, monsters. I never saw anything like them before. It was a massacre. Fortunately, I knew where to run. I managed to save myself and the others.
Is that all?
Find Titus, a centurion from the Mage Factory. I'm sure that blackguard knows far more than I do. I know not who he answers to, nor who paid him. But when everyone bolted for the gates, neither Titus nor his guards were there. He left everyone behind to be torn apart. He knew what was going to happen and fled. It's his fault.
Don't you think this Titus fellow was simply afraid? You too ran without looking back.
Yes, I ran. While my wife stayed there in the magic shop. She was on the night shift, you see, while I slept. I left her. Not a day, not an hour has passed that I do not think about her. But while we wandered, all these people needed my help. I couldn't leave them either. But now I'm going back to find her. And no quarantine will keep me away. Mark my words. Look for Titus and his cowardly guards. I have nothing more to tell you.
Looks like things have
bread is
improved
so
at the
good.
refugee camp.
I could just
for how
eat until I
long?
drop. How come we're so rich?
Have you picked up a plague mask from Remedius yet?
I haven't. Why would I need one?
Haven't you heard?
Are you a first year or what?
Have you been bewitched?
I can't speak right now. I can barely move, see? There's so much to do.
I'm not giving you a choice, wizard. Remember Yvonne?
Ah, Yvonne. It's totally harmless. She won't even age while she's frozen there. Her beauty awaits me.
You enchanted her so she'd wait for you. Are you mad?
I was frightened. I worried that she'd leave me if she was free to.
How do I lift the curse?
Just stand before her and speak the word care aloud. She'll become animate again at once. Listen, life has been hard on me of late. Perhaps I shouldn't have done it, but I feel as though I'm barely alive right now. We were casting the spell for several days straight, pouring mana all over the quarantine dome over Montpatry. Please, I want to apologize. Bring this unwilting bouquet to Yvonne. I enchanted it for her. Will you do this for me?
Where should we look for this Palatinus?
Please, Albert, do not utter that name.
But what if someone else is searching for him too? Perhaps they could aid us.
Sweetest of sweetnesses. My fondest hope is that we are the only ones who need him so. Otherwise, we're headed for trouble.
Yes, how can I help?
Albert Crespin? They're searching all over Marcella for you.
Oh, how unfortunate. Let's hurry back to Marcella. Mother must be beside herself.
Albert?
I'm so sorry, dear heart.
We aren't going anywhere. We have unfinished business here, and you can tell her as much. Now let us be.
I was sent to find you younglings on behalf of the Crown, not Albert's mother. I'm investigating the tragedy at Montpatrie. You were there on the day of the disaster, weren't you?
Oh, no. Ursula, they know.
We shall tell you the whole truth, but only if you help us finish an urgent task at the tower.
What do we have to do?
We are seeking Mage Palatinus. He is a genius, but unfortunately also completely mad. He took a sack of gold as payment for a rejuvenating potion, then disappeared without a trace. He's hiding somewhere in the vicinity of the tower. Find Palatinus for us, and we will tell you all you wish to know about the abominable events at Montpatrie.
I implore you. No, I demand of you. Capture that darn...
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on someone else is quite contrary to...
Shamak. Amalor. By the frigid seal of Emperor
Erasmus said it was obvious that I was the rightful heir, and recently, I bribed the magistrate and discovered...
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. It won't be easy to impress.
impressing people.
Some sneak thief had himself a good hunt today. 3 silver...
Perhaps the culprit came in through the window instead of picking the lock, and made off with his ill-gotten loot that way.
That's just the point. It's impossible. The windows were latched from inside.
The thief must have used magic then. I can't help you with that.
Yeah, and who can? Those cups cost a fortune.
The tower's spirits can. They only obey magisters. You'll want an appointment with Meister.
Thievery? Nonsense. It was a magic experiment. Any mage worth his wand could see that.
Do you know something about the stolen silver cups?
You could say that, but the reality is much more complicated. I don't think an outsider like you can appreciate the essence of my research. I'll try and explain the basics. Surely you're familiar with Cathon's treatise on the nature of things? I'd be surprised if you weren't. My experiment was intended to discover whether one's logoi can affect the concept of a silver cup. And it succeeded.
Logoi and the concept of whatever. You had better return those cups. You'll undoubtedly be arrested if you don't.
I admit I do feel a little bit guilty for depriving someone of their valuable possessions. Awkward indeed. It shouldn't be difficult to reverse the spell and have the cups rematerialize from the concept. All I need is the right ingredients. Do you happen to have some mana-infused water, a silver bracelet, and a crystal orb on you? I could go gather them myself, but I'm a little wary of venturing out right now.
Hardly. I'm sure there's plenty of those sorts of things in the Mage's Tower, though.
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests will be here, and they won't be easy to impress.
Impressing people is my business. Take, for example, pearl gudgeon caviar. So
Despite my vast knowledge and rich stock of logoi, I cannot express my gratitude.
Save your logoi.
I'll visit her once I feel a bit better.
Were you the one who riled up the elementals?
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent... No, I've never had the chance.
precisely. How about white frog's legs and pink wine, garnished with finely chopped dandelions?
Not that high. Let's serve something simple instead.
Simple is my other passion. Cabbage pies.
Have you been bewitched?
Pork with a white sauce.
Yes, that's it. More desserts, too. Make them sweet.
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on someone else is quite contrary to my noble nature. Yet, I am forced to swallow my pride this time.
Is this Erasmus?
rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests will be here, and they won't be easy to impress.
Impressing people is my business.
I'm tired of living here. How much longer?
Care. Are you okay?
What happened?
Carensis put a spell on you. I lifted it.
By the gods, my head is spinning like a top.
Carensis asked me to give you this bouquet by way of apology.
What? Flowers? He understands. Why would I want his apologies? He treats me as his property. Like I'm an amusing plaything. He casts a spell on me and violates my person. Then all he does is apologize.